guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this look, which is a very classic sparkle, goldy sparkle with red lip look for a festive activity, Christmas, holiday kind of thing. I thought it would be fun to get my take on it and what I would do, how I would take that look in the direction I like and show you a nice red lip and some glowy skin, especially mature skin. So yeah guys, if you want to see this look and see how I achieved it, then just keep watching. Okay guys, this is me barefaced. No, my hair does not look very good. Not done anything with it. Don't know if I'm gonna have time. I'm trying to film this video for you before I leave to go home for the holidays. But anyway, this is my bare face. I am breaking out in a couple of places. Probably just because I've not been eating normally, but I wanted to go ahead and get started. I want to do something that's classic, something that's festive, and easy to do, and you can do it with any products that you have that are similar, but yet hopefully it will stay throughout whatever party you're going to or family gathering or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my primer spray. You can use any kind of primer spray really. I'm just going to do just a real light spritz of that. Now I can put that to the side. I'm going to go with a very gold, sparkly look on my eyes today and a classic red lip. So I'm going to be using some things on my eyes that are new to me. Well, the palette is new to me. I just recently hauled this, and so far the shades in it that I have used have been beautiful. So I'm really excited to continue using this, but I'm going to use some new colors. So there's that. Okay, since my skin is pretty dry, I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Primerizer. I'm going to go ahead and put that all over my face. And I want to do that just because with the dryness, I'm afraid that I'm liable to look cakey or flaky or, you know, something like that. So I just want to rub this all over my eyes, around my eyes, my T-zone, my cheeks, everywhere, because I'm really dry. This time of year is really hard on my skin. Okay, so let's go in after that dries down just a little bit. I am going to go ahead and do my eyes first, and because I'm using some glittery kind of products, I do want to go ahead and do my eyes so that if I have to clean off my face, I can. So I want to go ahead and grab a few of my brushes. I'm going to start with some of these that I like to use all over. And let me go ahead and start with, this is just a Morphe, it's just a big fluffy brush, it's no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and go into my new Born to Run. I'm going to use this shade called Weekender. It's just a matte neutral color. I'm going to go ahead and put that all over, and I'm not going in with a separate eyeshadow primer. You can do that if you really want to. You can go in and you can use an eyeshadow primer, you can use some concealer, you can use some, you know, different things. I mean, you know, whatever floats your boat. But today, for this, you know, purpose, just to kind of show you guys and give you an idea of something really sparkly, pretty, and festive that you can do. I'm not doing it. I mean, I'm probably going to wipe it all off as soon as I have finished filming this video. So yeah, I don't know if I have any other videos that I want to plan out and actually accomplish today or not. So I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah, so yeah, I'm getting ready to go home to see my family. I'm going to go in just with the E40 that I always use in my crease. And I'm going to go in with, let me go in. I want to do something kind of warm and that sort of thing, but I don't want to go too dark. So let me just go in with this color called Riff. It's just like a really light to medium brown. It's got some warmth to it. I'm just going to go in the crease with that just to give myself a little depth. I don't want it to be just one solid color all over. You can do the one shadow look if you like, especially if it's a metallic that you're wanting to really, you know, emphasize or whatever. So yeah, you can go in with a one shadow look if that's what you choose to do. So I'm just going in. I'm sorry that I have this brightness. Not really sure what's causing that. Usually I can get my camera to refocus and I don't have that issue. Okay, so I'm just going in to the crease. As you can see, I'm looking in my mirror, which is here, but you should be able to see just fine, especially on this side. I'm just going to kind of throw this in. I'm not being overly precise. Again, I am going to go in and clean up around it. I just want to kind of get some color in there for that depth. Like I said, I'm going home to see family for the holidays. Really looking forward to that. I hope you guys have some special plans as well. What I'm going to do is just go in and kind of knock off anything that might be extra from what I just did, because I didn't really take a whole lot of time to knock my brush off or anything like that. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go in with a more precise brush. This is just a little pointed brush from Morphe as well. I'm going to go in now with this color. It's called Blaze, and it is a shimmer. It's not really a foil, but it is a shimmer. I'm going to go in. I'm going to put that all over the lid and into the crease where I just was working. I'm just trying to give it a little bit of extra sparkle as a base. That's not really where our main color is really going to come from, as far as the pretty color, the sparkly bits, but it is a great base color for what I'm going to be doing. So for me, when it comes to a holiday look, I want something that's going to last for a really long time, all the way through a party or a family gathering, and that can be quite a few hours, obviously. So I definitely want to always make sure that what I'm doing is going to stay for a long time. I will show you some good ways to really, not just set but prep and then layer. And that's one of the things that I'm doing here is I'm using this color. It's just a more of a satin shimmer than anything else, but you're not going to get a lot of sparkle payoff with this particular color. But it's a color that I want to lay down as a base. Now what I'm going to go into, I'm just going to use the same brush. I'm going to go into the one right next to it, and it is called Stranded, and it actually does have a little bit more. I'm just going to go in, I tell you what, let me go in with my finger. Let me go in with my finger. I'm just going to kind of just touch it. See there? I'm just going to kind of run in over that just a little bit, over the inner half of my eye. Just like that right there. You can still see the warm color in the outside there. Again, this color is Stranded. So I'm just tapping that with my finger very lightly all over the first or the inner half of my lid. And that's when you start to see some payoff with sparkle. And basically what that's going to do is give me a guideline for what I'm going to be doing next. So let me go back in with the more precise with the Blaze and go back over that. Just to make sure that everything is really, really smooth and there is no harsh lines. Okay, that is pretty much what I'm going to do. I want to go in with the original brush that I used in my crease back into Riff, which is this brown, warm orangey brown color. I'm just going to kind of reinforce that right there in the outer corner and bringing it in. I don't want it to look like a one color look. I do want a little something, just, for interest. So I'm just enhancing that a little bit, but I'm making sure not to leave any sharp lines by going back in and blending it out. You just have to blend out no matter what you do. You really just have to blend out. Okay, next what I want to do is I'm going to put the palette down. I'm going to go in with my Stila. This is a Stila, what is it? Glitter and Glow. Yes, Glitter and Glow, and it is a liquid eyeshadow. I'm using the color Kitten Karma. It's a really pretty gold sparkle. It has just a hint of pink in it, really, but for this purpose, you're really not going to be able to see it. So I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to put some of that on this inner part of my eye. I mean, guys, it's so pretty. I'm doing one eye at a time, and the reason for that is because I need it to dry, and I have hooded lids. Yeah, that looks strong, but you'll get the idea when I start blending it out. Okay, let's go in with this other eye and do the same thing. As this begins to dry, I'm going to go back in with Stranded on my finger again, and I'm just going to work out the area where they meet and blend those. Sorry if you hear dogs barking. That is my life. Okay, I'm just blending those out, blending out the edges. I'm leaving it really sparkly. If you want to do a black wing with it, I think it would be gorgeous. I'm not very astute at black wings, so I'm probably not going to do a wing, but I will do a darker liner across the actual line. And I think that false lashes would also be really pretty, but I'm not going to be able to do any of that because I just can't do those things. I usually just make a mess. So I just went in with that Stila Glitter and Glow, and then I just smoothed out this edge right here, just like that. Now, as it begins to dry, you are going to see some fallout here. That's the reason that I didn't do my face first, and I'll be able to go in and wipe out from underneath there. Let's go ahead and continue on with the brow highlight, the brow bone, and then we'll get into liners. Okay, this is not something that I would normally do, but because it's for the holiday wear and it's something special, I did get a gift set from Sephora that is the Fenty Beauty, and it included one of their gloss bombs and this gorgeous highlighter. And yes, it is blinding. I'm going to use it with a little angled shader brush. I'm just going to use a touch of that, just a tippy touch of that on my brow bone. I'm just trying to add even more shine and sparkle. Again, I do have blue eyes, and so I'm trying to get the blue of my eyes to really show up. And I'm doing that by adding more of a sheer sparkle than something that's really opaque. Now, of course, I have to go in and do my brows. They're blonde as they can be, what I do have of them. So you really can't see them on camera at all until I get them done. I have to fill them in a good bit and shape them and that sort of thing. So I'm just using the Fenty highlighter. I'm going to use it on my face too, but I just wanted to use it as my brow bone highlight. This is too much for your average night out, but if you are celebrating holidays and you want to look extra special and glammed up, this is definitely a good way to go. I love using glitters and shiny, satiny, foiled looks on my eyes for special occasions. It's really a lot of fun. Okay, so you can see just how that is like blinging, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go in and we're gonna kind of go over it just a little bit and under it, just to make sure there's nothing else gonna fall. These are still right here. This is still not completely dry. I can feel that it's not completely dry. I can feel that it's still a little bit tacky, so I'm just gonna continue to give it a little more time. While that's working though, I am going to go in with a liner for my eyes. Now I am going to be using two different liners for this look. I'm going to be using my my Urban Decay Corrupt, which is brown, and I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Metallic Luster Liner in gold. So I'm going to be using a little bit of both. Now what I want to do is I want to go in with the Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil. This is one of their 24/7 ones. I absolutely love these. They're one of my favorite eyeliners that they have on the market. I'm going to go in right here. Instead of using a liquid liner, which is hard for me, I'm going to smudge out on this upper lash line. Just kind of draw a really thin little line, and I'm going to smudge that out shortly, and it'll give it a nice finished look. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom lash line, not on the waterline. Okay, now let me show you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to take, I have several of these little brushes like this that are really, they're just nice, flat, skinny brushes. This one's stained from using it in color. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this right here. It's called Good Is Gone right here. I'm going to go in with that, and I'm going to smudge this out on the top and bottom. So this is going to give me the definition that I'm looking for. And then I'm going to use it on that top line to smudge it out. And you'll continue that definition along your lash line. And if you're like me, I like to bring it up just a little bit past to give the illusion of a little bit of a flick there. Works every time. Okay, I'm gonna go do that on the other eye, and I'll be right back. Now what I'm gonna do, I have done that on both sides. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this golden metallic, really, really pretty liner from Anastasia. I'm gonna do my waterline on the top and bottom. It's really shiny, really pretty. It opens your eye up, catches the light. It's really pretty. I really like it. It's very different. It works really well though. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to clean my face up. Before I do anything else, I need to clean up all of the fallout and that sort of thing, especially the glitter, because there's already lots of sparkles down here that have fallen. So I'm just gonna grab some makeup wipes. Okay, I'm just gonna use this makeup wipe. I'm gonna wrap it around my finger. I'm gonna clean up as many sparkles as I possibly can without wiping off any of the makeup I've applied. Just be careful and don't rub too hard. Now my face turns red anytime I touch it, so it's gonna look like I'm really rubbing it raw. But that, my friends, is what gentle skin does. Very sensitive, needs to be done gently kind of skin that I have. Okay, you can see that I was able to get the majority of the sprinkles off my face. A lot of people really don't like using the Stila Glitter and Glow or anything like any kind of product like that, or glitters at all for that matter, because of the mess that it makes. But if you do give it time to dry well, and then you go in and you clean up behind before you do your foundation, it really works a lot better. I didn't really like it the first time I ever used it, so that's just one of those things that you're gonna have to get used to. I'm gonna go off the camera now and get my brows on. I will be right back. Okay, I have my brows on now. I don't like a really strong brow on me at all, so that's about it. I do put on, they're not even, didn't do the best job, but hey, it's okay. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with a more full coverage foundation. I'm going to be using the Smashbox Studio Skin 15 Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I do want to use something that's hydrating because during the winter, I don't know about you guys, but I think most of us, if we're going to have dry skin, it's going to happen during the winter. So I'm going to go in with mine. It is a little too dark for me, but it'll be okay. I've just got neutral undertone, and it's a medium 3.2. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Beauty Blender. Just gonna kind of squirt a little bit across my forehead and start working there. It's gonna look a little off because this is more my summer shade. I need to get my winter shade, but haven't had time to do that. But definitely get up into your hairline. You know, don't forget that you want full coverage. You might as well make sure you're getting it everywhere. And so don't cheat yourself by, you know, not getting it into all the little places it needs to go to. I do have some gray hair along my hairline here where my hair has grown out and I need to get it cut and then recolored. So I'm going a little further into my hairline than I normally would. Excuse me, I had a frog in my throat. But yeah, this is gonna look kind of funny on camera. Yeah, it looks funny, but that's okay, guys. I promise that I will be able to get it worked out. Okay, I like to work from my T-zone out, so I start with my forehead, and then I come down my nose, and then my mouth and chin, because I do want to get plenty of coverage in that area. If I'm gonna have it wear off anywhere, which I normally don't, but if it does come off and wears off anywhere, it's gonna be there. So I just wanna make sure that I get lots of good coverage in that area, and then I lighten up as I go further out into my face, especially around my cheeks and that sort of thing. I just don't need as much coverage there as I do in my T-zone, because if I'm gonna have issues 9 times out of 10, it's either under my eyes or in my T-zone. So the concealer will take care of under my eyes, but I definitely want to have a good coverage in the T-zone area, so if I perspire or anything like that, it's not going to ruin me. Just don't forget around your ear. I don't really go under my eye very much because I know I'm going to be putting concealer there. If you're mature like me, have lines and wrinkles under your eyes, or if you're just really super dry, the more product you put under your eyes, the more dry, cakey, and flaky, crepey it's going to be. Did I use enough adjectives? Yeah, you just don't want to put a whole lot of product underneath there. That's where most people get into a lot of trouble. Now, I do have a couple of little sparklies in different places, but for this particular look, that's really not a bad thing. In fact, I may add like a shimmer dust of some sort on my décolleté and my neck, my collarbones, that sort of thing. Especially if I'm wearing anything sleeveless and when I do it on my shoulders, or if I'm doing anything with a V-neck, then that's what I would want to do. Okay, you can see the difference between that side and that side. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I need to do on this side, and then I'll come back and add coverage wherever I feel like I need more or additional. That's just, you know, the way that I do it. Everybody has their own way of doing foundation, but I do like to just tell people to make sure that around the edges of your face that you blend it out. I would rather you spend a lot of extra time and, you know, blend well than to try to do it quickly and then have, you know, like a really sharp line somewhere where somebody's going to be like, ooh, her makeup does not match her at all, or it is too much. She's got a layer on, it's an inch thick. It does give that look, so I would rather you do that. Okay, I don't know if you can see my redness peeking through here and here. It does the same thing here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to just put a little bit on this. I'm going to put it in those spots. And I'm going to start blending it out. And I'll just add as needed. I will also put a little bit more around my nose just to be on the safe side. See how it's covering better now? Up here in the very center of my face, around my nose. If I buff it too much, it's not going to stick to my face anymore. So that's what adding a little extra can help with. Don't buff it, bounce. Bounce and blend, bounce and blend. Now you can see as I have blended it down my neck, if I were going out, I wouldn't use this color. This is just for full coverage purposes to show you guys for this video. This is definitely too dark for me. You can see it's much darker than my chest, so unless I'm wearing a turtleneck, I'm not wearing this out. Now it'd be different if it were only, you know, like if it was the cold shoulder top or something along that line, then it would be different. Okay, that's pretty much it for my foundation. I'm pretty happy with the coverage I have there. I've been working with my concealer the same way for a while now, and because I have a lot of lines and wrinkles in my under eye area, it really has worked for me. I'm going to put a little bit more than I normally would on a day-to-day just because I'm trying to go for a flawless cocktail party kind of look. This will lighten up my face a good bit. I'm going to tap every bit of it. I'm going to keep tapping until I get it all completely done. I'm going to bring it down and around my nose. I'm going to spread it everywhere. And it does take a little bit of extra time to do it with your finger. But trust me, if you want a smoother, take 10 years away look on your face, under your eyes, this is a great way to do it. Plus, it really helps the coverage. I just blend it down. Gives it a very ombre-esque kind of look. It covers up all of my blemishes that are there. I'm just blending way into, I'm not touching my hair, but I am pushing it into the hairline a good bit. Can you see how smooth my under eye looks now? See the difference, guys? Big difference, right? Let me go do this one. I have tapped out under both eyes. Yes, it's a lot brighter now. It's not quite as, you know, heavy looking, that sort of thing. Let me go in now and show you what I've been doing. If you're not subscribed and you've never seen this before, I take my setting spray and my beauty blender, 2 sprays right into the point, and I set underneath those eyes everywhere that I put the concealer. I just kind of dab that. I don't swipe or anything. I lightly dab. I roll it so that I get everywhere. And then with anything that's left over, anywhere that I would normally crease, or if I am going to perspire from dancing a lot or anything like that, like my upper lip, my chin, I just go ahead and lightly dab anything or any area that I have either concealed or I feel like is going to need to be set just a little extra something. So this is what we're looking at right now, guys. You can see that I do have bags under my eyes, but the color has been concealed, and so they're not as noticeable. That's just a technique that I've been doing lately that I really like, and I think it's pretty neat. And I still have the sparkle on my eyes. Nothing has changed. You can now see the pink coming out in the colors that I used, which is perfectly fine by me. It's a pink and gold look. And I think that that's going to pull with the red lip nicely. Okay, let's go in now with the rest of the face. I'm just going to use the Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Cameo. It's just a favorite of mine, and it happens to be what's out here. So I'm going to get a little bit of that and tap it into the cap. And I'm going to use the loose powder under my eyes and anywhere in my T-zone that I have concealed. Then when I use my finishing spray, which is pretty much the key to the whole thing, it will knock down any dust, any dryness, or cakiness. Okay, now let's go in with a pressed powder. Doesn't really matter which pressed powder you use. I'm still working on my Rimmel Stay Matte. That's just what I like. I do like to set my entire face. I feel like that I'm more finished if I do, but I definitely make sure that I do bring it around the edges of my face and down wherever I brought the foundation to. So that means under my chin and down my neck just a bit. The next step is bronzer. Today I'm going to be using my Marc Jacobs Tantastic Omega Tantastic bronzer. And I really love this one. I've been using the heck out of it for a really long time, since I got it almost 2 years ago, I guess, something like that. It was a summer release, and now it's a permanent item in that range. It's definitely worth the money, trust me. It is a beautiful color. It seems a little too warm in the pan, but trust me, it's a gorgeous color for most any skin tone. I see a lot of people, other beauty people on YouTube that are different skin tones than me, and it looks really good on them too. I think it's just a really good universal bronzing powder. I really like the smoothness that it gives my skin. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is go in with a really good seasonal blush. I like different blushes. The one that I'm going to use today is by Hourglass, and this is Luminous Flush. It's just a lighting blush. It is a darker pink than you would see me use during the summertime. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that. And since it is luminous, it gives me a little bit of glow, which is nice, especially for this look. Okay, so that's that. And then I like to go in and I like to use just my powder brush and just kind of blend that a little bit. Okay, we're going to go back into the Fenty highlighter in Sandcastle. If I didn't tell you what the name of it was earlier, it's Sandcastle. So let me open it up. I'm going to take my Anastasia A23 brush. This is perfect for any kind of... Oh gosh, that's so pretty. Oh God, this is the first time for me to put this on my face, guys. Oh, ooh, that is pretty. But I love this brush. It's just perfect for any time you want to highlight. I don't highlight this area. I highlight right against it into the C. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And that's so pretty for the holidays. Look at my nose. Oh my gosh, guys. That's gorgeous. I mean, I could tell that it was really pretty, you know, on my brow bone. But oh my gosh, on the skin, it's so much prettier. I do think that I am going to take my Beauty Blender. What I like to do, I saw Bailey Sarian do this. If she feels like she got just a touch too much, she goes back over it with her Beauty Blender and kind of blends it into the skin just a bit. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try to tone this down just a little bit. Let me go in with this. Just tone it down just a little bit. See, it's not near, it's shiny, but not as shiny as it was. That's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous highlight. Okay, let's move on to the next step. I'm going to go ahead. I have the Anastasia brow gel. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel and taupe. And this came in a set with my Brow Wiz. I found it on an end cap at Ulta. The only thing I don't like about their brow gel is the brush is, to me, too big. I think it's just way, way, way too big. This gives me a little added color. So all of those blonde hairs that I was not able to cover with the Brow Wiz, it takes care of it. Okay, now I think we need to go ahead and do some mascara. I don't need to do mascara on camera. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna curl my lashes. I absolutely love this curler, and I've got another one that I got for this Christmas season. They're both from Tarte. So I want to use this one from Tarte. This one's already open, so I'm just going to go in. I'm going to curl my lashes, and I just kind of pump it as I'm bringing it out. And then I'm just going to use some, I would suggest a waterproof mascara. So you could use the Great Lash, you could use Better Than Sex, you could use anything. Today I'm going to be using the Great Lash in waterproof. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I have on my lashes. All done with that. Now I'm ready to move into just some finishing spray. I use the Scandinavia or the Urban Decay All Nighter. Just use whatever you have. I use a lot more than what they say to use, but guys, I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm going to go in with a classic red lip. Now, a trick that I like to do is I like to use a liquid, just a matte liquid lip, and draw that on my lips. I don't have a red liner. Now, you can go in and do this, or you can use a red liner. It's up to you. I find that this gives me great staying power. So with the great staying power I need, I'm just going in with a red lip. And no, it's not for the faint of heart. But I think it's perfect for the holidays. It doesn't matter what brand you use. Any matte liquid lip will work. Okay, I just let that dry just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with the lipstick that I've chosen for this look. This look is going to be using the Milani. It is one of the Magnificent Mattes, or whatever they're called, but it's a Milani. It's Matte Passion, number 66. I've never actually even used this color, so I'm excited to go ahead and it's one of those that smells so good, you know. So I'm ready to go in now, and I'm just going to put this on over the lip, and this will give me a lot of great staying power. And it looks like I have lined my lips. Hey guys, some curls in the hair, some loose curls, maybe some rhinestone clips and that sort of thing, and you would be totally set. The good thing about a lip like this is that if it is in the blue family, if it's more in the blue tones and not the orange or yellow, then it's going to give your teeth a really bright and white smile. So that is another good trick that a lot of people already know, but I just wanted to mention. So that's going to be it, guys. I hope that you like this look. You can see that it's very glowy, very sparkly, and excellent for just your classic festive red lip, gold eyes look. It's a go-to for a lot of people, including me. I just wanted to do my version of it with you. I really do like the gold liner on the waterline because it brightens, and instead of using just the neutral color, it brightens, but yet there's that metallic shine that I think that is awesome for a holiday occasion. Guys, I hope that you have a fabulous holiday season. I hope that everything has been going very well for you so far. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm going to come back before the New Year's, and I'm going to share with you another look that is a classic for New Year's, but I thought that this would be fun just to get on camera and talk to you guys since I've not uploaded in a while. But yeah, that's it. Guys, if you haven't already subscribed, be sure and hit that red subscribe button on your way out, and definitely give me a thumbs up if you appreciate what I did for you here. I really do love you guys, and that's going to be it. Bye.